In this video, I'm not posting any Python project, but a Python problem. I'm not posting a Python project because it do not make sense to me. Because I'm a beginner and it takes me more time to record a project than to learn a project. And also, it is better to post some legitimate problems which are not there on YouTube rather than copying some projects. And maybe that can be the reason for you to watch this video. The Python problem that I will be showing to you is given by ChatGPT. And if you are somewhere between beginner and intermediate at Python, you should give it a try. Unfortunately, I failed. Will you? So, without further ado, let's get started. It goes like there are two strings that will be inputted by user. One string will be contained in S variable and another will be contained in T variable. We have to find the minimum window in S which contains all the characters of T including duplicates. What does it mean? Let's take an example. Let's say S contains A, B, C, D, E, F, A, C, and T contains C, E, F. It means that we have to extract smallest part in S which contains T. In this example, the answer will be C, D, E, F because it is the smallest part in S which contains all the letters of T. What does it say next? It says if there is no such window that exists in S which contains all the characters of T, return an empty string. Then it says if there are multiple such minimum length windows, you can return any one of them. It's pretty simple to understand. What will be our input? Our input will be a S string and a T string. S string will be the string from which we will be searching T string. The output will be minimum window in S that contains all the characters of T, and if there is no such window exists, return a blank string. So that was our problem. Now you should give it a try, and for hints you can ask ChatGPT, and even then you are failing to solve this problem. Do not worry, I am here to make you understand. Now you should give it a try and I will be providing solution for this problem. Now we will be defining a function in which we will be writing our whole code for this problem. Function will be named minimum window, which we have to find out, and it will contain two arguments, S and T. These both are variable containing strings. In this function, first we will be handling if S is containing nothing, means if S is a blank string or T is a blank string. So how can we find out a character from that? So our output will also be a blank string. We have handled this part of our problem, which says if no such window exists, return blank string. Next, we will create two dictionaries. One will be target count, in which we will contain the characters of T with their frequencies. Like, let's say T contains A, B, C, A. So a key will be A and its frequency will be its value. Then the key will be A and the value will be 2. Key will be B, value will be 1. Key will be C and value will be 1. We are doing this because we will be adding characters from S string to window count dictionary with their frequencies, and when this window count will match target count, we will execute another code which will return our output. Now we have to add all the characters from T string to target count. How we will be handling it? Like this. It says for every element in T, if element not in target count, so add it in target count with the frequency of 1. For the first time the frequency will be 1. Else if it is second time, then increase its frequency by 1. Else if it is third time, then increase its frequency 1 more, and so on. Now we will define some variables for our function. First will be have equals to 0. Have will contain number of characters we have in window count which was needed to match with target count. Next we have need. Need will contain that how many characters is needed in window count to match target count. Means it will contain our goal that how many characters we need to match. It will be the length of target count. Next is start equals to 0. As you know that we will be looping over every element in S, and when we will find out our output we will squeeze both starting and ending point so to avoid unwanted characters in our output. Next we have minimum length. We have to find out the minimum substring in S which contains P. That's why we are using it. We have defined it. So when we find out the smaller one, we will replace it by that, and so on. Last is min start is equal to 0. This will denote the index of first character of our output. Next, we have to expand our window. Let's say we have a string S which contains A, B, C, D, E, F. Now in starting, our start is 0 and our end will be 0. We will be increasing end by 1 on each iteration of the loop that we will be defining now. Here, this is the loop. And on each iteration, we will check that each character which is on end is needed to add in window count or not. If yes, then we will add it, otherwise we will skip it. Let's remove it for now and zoom in a bit. Now inside the for loop, first of all we will extract the character from S which is at end index in S. Like we will store it in char variable and we will extract it like this. Let's say for the first iteration end will be 0. We will extract the character which is at 0th index in S and we will store it in char variable. Now we have to add this character to window count dictionary with its frequency. We will do it like this. Now let's understand this get method. This get method will extract key of character from window count dictionary and compare it with 0. If it is greater than 0, then it will add +1 in it, and if it is not greater than 0, then it will add 0 plus 1 as a key of this character in window count dictionary. Next, after adding this character in window count dictionary with its frequency, we will check that if the character is in target count, and if it is, then its key is equals to the key that is in target count. If it is, then increase have by 1 because we meet our requirement. And next we will shrink our window because we do not want unwanted characters, while have equals to need. Next we will check that if end minus start plus 1 is shorter than minimum length. We have this end minus start plus 1 because end is an iteration which start from 0 and we do not want to start it from 0, we want to start it from 1. If end minus start, if the gap between end and start is lesser than minimum length, we have defined our minimum length to infinity. So if it is lesser than minimum length, then we will assign minimum length end minus start plus 1 and we will assign minimum start is equals to start. Next we will start removing the character from leftmost side like this. First of all we will extract the character from S which is at leftmost side, and then we will decrease its frequency from window count dictionary. Next we will check that if the character that we have removed in target count and the frequency of that character in window count is lesser than the frequency of that character in target count, then we will decrease our have by 1 and then we will move our start to next character like this. Start plus equals to 1. Now finally we will return our out like this by indexing in S. The starting index will be minimum start, which is the starting of our output in S, and the ending index will be minimum start plus minimum length, which is the ending index of our output. And this is backed by a condition that if minimum length is not equals to infinity, then return our output, else return a blank string. Now we will test it by a practical example. First of all we will give the value of S and T. We will call the function. Let's say S contains A, B, C, D, EF, and T contains A, C. I am taking a very simple example. You can take as typical as possible. I am taking a very simple example for understanding. So our S is A, B, C, D, E, F. First of all, it will check that if S or T is blank or not. If it is blank, then return a blank string. They are not blank, then it will convert T string into a T dictionary. In our case, it will convert it like this: A with its frequency 1 and C with its frequency 1. Then we will have a blank dictionary window count. Then our variables are set. Then we will loop till the length of S. The length of S is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We will loop to 0 to 5 range. Then we will store first character of S in character. The first character we will store is A. Then we will add this character in window count dictionary. So our window count dictionary will be like this now: A with its frequency 1. Then we will check that if character in target count and the frequency of this character in target count and window count is same, then increase have by 1. Let's check it that if this condition is matched or not. Yes, A is in target count with the same frequency. So our have become now 1 and our need is 2, because need variable is set to the length of target count, which is 2. Then we will check that our have is equals to need. If not, then we will go to the next iteration. In next iteration, end will be equals to 1 and the character that will be extracted is B. Then in window count dictionary, we will store B with its frequency. Then it will check again that if this character in target count, no, this character is not in target count because we have C, not B. So again it will loop next for the third iteration. Character will be C, then we will add it in our window count dictionary with its frequency 1. Then it will check again that this character in target count, yes, this is in target count and the frequency also matched. So this will again increase have by 1. Now have is equals to 2 and need is also equals to 2. Now this loop will be executed. Then it will check that if end minus start plus 1 is lesser than minimum length. End is representing iteration, which is second iteration this time. Then it will be 2 minus 0 plus 1, 3. 3 is lesser than minimum length. Our minimum length is infinity. Yes, it is lesser than minimum length. Then the minimum length will be 3 and minimum start will be start, which is 0 now. Then it will shrink the window. It will choose the character to remove. The character will be the first character, which is A. It will decrease the frequency of A from window count and it will also decrease the have minus 1 because we needed that character, and the start will be plus 1. Then it will check again that have equals to need. No, have is not equals to need. Then it will run for next iteration, which will be the third iteration. Then it will extract the third index from S, which is D. Then it will add D in window count with its frequency, which will be 1 because it has come first time. Then it will check that character in target count, no, it is not. Then it will also not increase have, and then it will run for next iteration E, and then next F. Nothing will change. The loop will be exited lastly, and we will return to this, and our output will be like this: min start is equals to 0, because when we have assigned start to min start, the value of start was 0. So 0 colon min start 0 plus minimum length that we have calculated was 2. If min length is not equals to infinity, no, it is not equals to infinity, then the output will be this, and this is 0th index, first index and 2 index. The answer is equals to A, B, C. Now let's run it. Oh, firstly we have to print this answer like this. Let's call it in variable and let's print the variable. What the heck? Oh, wait, I have made a mistake that I have not indented it inside the folder. We have to do all this stuff inside the folder. That was my mistake, but we have explained it clearly. Everything is okay. Now let's run it. Here is the output. It is correct. If that was the problem, I hope you understood this. If you have any doubts, you can comment them. I will take care of them. And for more such mind-boggling problems, you can like this video and subscribe our channel. So that's all from my side. See you in the next one. Till the time, bye bye.